Hello Barmy Badger Army, hope you're all well guys. Welcome to today's show. I thought today we'd talk a little bit about a film we went to see yesterday, which was Spider-Man Into the Spiderverse. It's a really entertaining film. I think it got like 8.8 on IMDb, and many other websites have really praised it up. It's been given some really good reviews. In my personal opinion, I thought it deserved 10 out of 10. It was one of my favourite films to go and see with Badger Jr. and my buddy. It was so exciting, it was really interesting, and it was much better in some ways than Teen Titans Go, which we saw earlier on in the year, which was another animated adventure, which was fun, but it was over-the-top slapstick. So it's completely different to Into the Spider-Verse, because Spider-Verse has got quite a good storyline actually. It's really interesting the way they thread all the different universes together. Spider-Man Noir, you've got Spider-Gwen, you've got Spider-Pig, loads of stuff like that, and of course Spider-Ham, as he's properly called. Loads and loads of things. Peter Parker was so funny in it, it was hilarious. There was that element of Looney Tunes from him. Spider-Man Noir brought in a sort of a dark side of things, and they actually mention Nazis in it, which is amazing. They actually mention about Nazis in a interesting fashion in a kids film. So I think the way they've done that is made it accessible for everyone. They're inputting some history into it. They're building up his universe as well. Some of the things that they mention, they make even the darker side of things sound comical, like I light a match until it burns my fingers just so I can feel something. It's such a random line, but it's funny. Nicolas Cage is brilliant in it, and I think it's really fun how Spider-Man Noir finds a Rubik's Cube very interesting, because it's obviously made of colour, and his universe is mostly black and white Into the Spider-Verse. Obviously, Miles Morales is fantastic as Spider-Man. You've got Peter Parker. There's two different Peter Parkers in this one as well, which I find really interesting actually. I wasn't expecting that, but I'm not going to tell you much about that because that involves a lot of spoilers. The storyline, like I was saying before, is really interesting. Threading all the different multiverses together with the Hadron Collider. Kingpin is of course the main bad guy. You've got Dr. Octopus, you've got Scorpion, you've got Tombstone, and you've got Scorpion as well, and loads of different other characters. The Prowler, fantastic view on the Prowler. Really interesting with Prowler, because obviously he's a bit of a creation, and he's a bit of an amalgamation of Venom and of course Spawn and a couple of other characters melded in together. I'll never forget Prowler from the original 1990s series, and I thought he was brilliant in that, and I really love the connection with Prowler and the other characters in the show. Really emotional sides of it as well. It was one of these things where I thought the film had a really deep storyline, really built on Miles Morales' future as Spider-Man, his backstory and his beginnings, and the different things that he ends up doing to become Spider-Man. Like, he has to take a lot of leaps of faith and sort of learning about his character and learning about himself on the journey. So I think there's a lot to look into with young people and how they grow and things like that in the film, and I found that quite interesting. Not many kids films do that. You could definitely see that all the characters went on a journey, an emotional and physical journey, and an interesting one. And I think, you know, like, it was really interesting. There was things on there that obviously kids would pick up. You know, there were certain things in there that were quite scary for kids and quite emotional for kids. I'm not going to mention too much because it involves a lot of spoilers, but I will say there's definitely one jump scare that actually made me really jump. I'm not going to tell you about that. I'm going to be interested to see if anyone else found that. There's a lot of emotional things with, like, Miles Morales' backstory that make the film interesting. The storyline's really great. I just thought it was a really good movie. The fact that it's almost self-aware in a way, where it knows it's in a comic book universe, which I think is something that you've not seen before. Because in some of the panels, it almost looks like when the universes collide, it almost looks like the vision blurs of the characters, like they can't see properly. And it also looks like some of the CGI is purposely made to look like paper, and some of the things are 2D and 3D. It really pulls you into the screen, makes you feel like you should be wearing 3D glasses, and makes it look very interesting like that. The colours pop out, which is great. Really makes it an Avid style. The costumes were fantastic. I did see some nods to the Spider-Man PS4 game, plus a few other costumes. And, you know, Spider-Gwen was great. Well, definitely one of my favourite characters. I loved the female Dr. Octopus in it, and I thought it was great. And the soundtrack is fantastic as well. Viewer discretion advised on that though, but it is really interesting and really fun to listen to. And yeah, I just think it was a really great all-round good kids film. Really sort of added to it was the fact that any adult could go and see it as well. I thought they'd done that on purpose, and they did it well, that it was accessible for everyone. Kids would enjoy it on one level, and then adults would enjoy it on another. And I think you would all go along the same journey with each other and realise that Miles Morales did well, Peter Parker did well, and all of the other Spider people went on a journey, and you followed them with them. So I would say it was a real great, really enjoyable film, and I would definitely give it 9 or 10 out of 10, because I thought it was really good quality and really fun to watch. So I'd love to know your thoughts on Into the Spider-Verse down below, and let me know what you thought of it, if you've seen it before, and if you enjoyed it, and what bits you enjoyed and what bits you didn't enjoy. I'd love to hear about that as well. But I would wholeheartedly recommend going to watch it, because I thought it was suitable for everyone. But there is some emotional moments in it, I will warn you, and some of them were jump scares, and some of them were really interesting journey for the characters. So I'll just say that. Just be careful, obviously, not too young I recommend, because some of the bits can be slightly scary. So I recommend it. Really awesome though. So let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'll see you soon, Barmy Badger Army. Bye guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time, okay? And for everyone that was slightly worried about the weather this weekend, don't worry, we got out of the cinema fine before it all rained and everything, so everything was cool with that. I'll see you later on, guys. Bye.